You will never maximize your profit or your cash flow buying and owning real estate if you don't have a private lender. Private lenders are the key that unlocks scalability and profitability within real estate. If you use your own money, you're gonna run out eventually, or you have enough. You probably don't even need to invest in real estate if you have enough to fund all your deals. Hard money lenders have a lot of fees and a lot of points, and they cut into your profit every single month. However, if you have private lenders, you're able to grow and scale with flexibility, and you're gonna maximize the bottom line. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how I've raised over $75 million from private lenders, and I'm even gonna give you my 4-pillar pitch that I pitch to private lenders that closes them almost every single time. If you don't know a private lender or don't think you know a private lender, this video could change your real estate investing career. If you don't know me, my name is Sam. I've been able to buy over $50 million worth of rental properties using mainly private lenders and none of my own money. And I've also done over 2,000 fix and flips and wholesales in the St. Louis market. I'm a real estate investor that happens to be a talking head here on YouTube. I do a lot of other things, but in general, my main focus is to invest in real estate, and that's what makes me different than most people that tell you what to do and how to invest in real estate. They either used to do it or do it at a low level. I do it at a high level and actively invest. The biggest misconception about private money lenders is most people think private money lenders are a rich doctor or a rich parent or an aunt or an uncle or somebody that's sitting on tens of millions of dollars. That is not the case. Private money lenders are normal, everyday people. We're talking teachers, insurance agents, engineers, police officers, nurses, firefighters. Those types of people are your typical private money lender. You probably just don't know that they could be your private money lender. When I have this conversation with people, most people say, I don't know a private money lender. And then I go back at them and say, do you know a teacher? Do you know an insurance agent? Do you know an engineer? Do you know a firefighter? Do you know a nurse? Your typical private money lenders are people that are in their 40s or 50s. They're nearing retirement. It's not right in front of them, but they can see it, and they're potentially worried about actually being able to retire. They probably have money in a 401k, an IRA, a life insurance policy. They probably have some equity in their house, and they don't ever plan on touching that because they don't know that they can and they should to invest in you through real estate. You see, you're not asking them to go to their checking account or their savings account and give you money. If you do, that's where you're gonna fail, and that's where you're thinking the wrong way. What you need to do is you need to approach these people. I'm gonna give you a text message to send them here in a minute to get their attention. What you need to do is you need to approach these people through the right lenses. You need to show them the benefits of investing in real estate. Then you need to explain to them how they can access some of their money. Perfect example, engineers. My dad's an engineer and my business partner's an engineer, Lucas, so I can make fun of you all. All you engineers, you love your cubicles, you love your spreadsheets, you love everything to be in order, on schedule, and efficient. Naturally, most engineers max out their IRA every single month. Engineers tend to get paid more than the average salary. You know, engineer making 100, 150 grand, something decent, but we're not talking millions of dollars a year here, right? But they've maxed out their IRA. They got a job at 25, they're 45. The last 20 years, they've put a decent amount of money in their IRA, so they have a few $100,000 in there. But their thought is, I'm 45 years old, I can't touch this money until I'm 60, so I'm just gonna continue to put money away and maximize this so I can retire one day. Well, if you have the right conversation with them, you can show them how to take their IRA money that they've been contributing to and putting money into, and that's been growing, that they don't think they can touch right now. They can easily pull money from that IRA, lend it to you, make money on top of it, and put it back into their IRA, and their IRA will grow faster. You're not asking them for their entire retirement savings account. You're not asking them to break open their piggy bank. You're asking them to access money now that they didn't think they could until they were 60 without paying massive penalties and taxes, invest in you in real estate, get a safe double-digit return backed by you and backed by real estate, and then they can put it back into their IRA account. Similar things with the 401k, slightly different. There's a little bit more limitations to what you can do with the 401k, but you can 100% borrow against it and lend money out very similarly. And lastly, an easy one that most people don't think about is a home equity line of credit or HELOC. We have several teachers that make 75 grand, 65 grand a year that make an extra 10 to 20 grand from us by lending us money from their home equity line of credit. She borrows against her home equity line of credit from the bank at 6%, and we give her 12%. So she makes a 6% return on her money on each loan. She does 3 or 4 a year, and she makes an extra $10,000 to $20,000 a year that she uses to put in a retirement fund and then also to go on a nice vacation. Every single year she's done that for 4 years in a row. These are the types of people that you need to be approaching. You just need to fully understand how they can access their money and then give them reassurance that their money is in a safe position. Because when I get done with this 4-pillar pitch here in a minute, you're going to have the ammo to close people. You just have to set the conversation up the right way. Now, setting up the conversation the right way and approaching people can be tricky, but here's something that I think can be the icebreaker for you. What I would do if I were you is I would go into my phone and I would first have the expectation that I'm not going to get a $500,000 private lender from one text message. That's not how this works. What I would do is pick up my phone and I would create a list in the contacts of people that I think are, in general, typically though, your private lenders are going to be 45 to 60, let's say. Let's give a little more range. That 45 to 60, nearing retirement, not quite there, made decent money, probably have a stable job. What I would do is I would go to my phone and I would create a group of people that meet that criteria, 45 to 60, decent jobs, lived in their house for a while, and then I would text them something along these lines. Hey, Jim, or hey, whoever, in case you didn't know, I am getting into real estate investing, or in case you didn't know, I'm a real estate investor. I'm always looking for people to partner with, to lend me money, and to give a return to. I give double-digit returns backed by myself and backed by real estate. Do you know anyone in your circle that would be willing to have a meeting with me to discuss how they can make double-digit returns? So clean that up, throw it into chat, whatever, but that's generally the message that I would get to them. The point of that is to gauge their interest and say you want something else from someone else. And what will happen, I wouldn't say more often than not, but probably more often than you think, that person will say, yeah, I would be interested in a double-digit return backed by real estate. Why didn't you think of me first? And then you say, oh, I just didn't want to, infringe upon you. I didn't want to assume that. But yes, here's what I can do. Would you like to grab a cup of coffee or a beer and talk about it? And then obviously you have a meeting with an agenda. You explain what private lenders do. You explain how a deal flow would look like. You give an example deal, and you have a few different conversations, and then you get onto the 4-pillar pitch, which I'm getting ready to give you. The whole point of this is these are everyday people that you're getting their interest gauged. You're showing them what the process will look like, getting them excited, giving them an example deal, hopefully a real one that maybe you've done with a hard money lender or other private money lender, or if you haven't done one, an example of what a deal would look like, and then you go in for the kill. You give them the 4-pillar pitch that gives them the assurance that you're going to give them their money back. If they're meeting with you, they're interested, but they may not do it because they may not feel secure in giving you some of their retirement funds or leveraging some money to lend out to you. So you have to give them massive assurance as to why they should be giving you their money. Because guess what? And you can use these lines from their CD to their stock market to their 401k to their IRA. There is no other investment that they will do that can meet these 4 pillars. Pillar number 1, tell them that you're going to personally guarantee the loan. A lot of people say they're not going to lend me money. Or the other shoe is, I'm not going to lend you money if you don't have any skin in the game. Because typically a private money lender will fund 100% of purchase and 100% of the rehab. So you have no skin in the game. However, if you personally guarantee the loan, that is all your skin in the game. You're personally guaranteeing that they're going to get paid back. You're putting your personal butt and your personal assets on the line. Spoiler alert, a hard money lender is going to make you do it, and a bank will probably make you do it anyway. So it's not that big of a deal to actually do it and put your money where your mouth is and put your skin on the line. I've done it hundreds, if not thousands of times in the past, and I still even do it to this day. Number 2 is create a promissory note laying out the terms of the loan. This is a legal document. It is not filed anywhere, but it is signed by you and them. You can find one on ChatGPT. If you're inside my mentorship community, we provide one for you. Or if you're in another mentorship community, I'm sure they have one as well. But it's usually a 1-page document that just lays out the terms, the loan, the length, if you're going to sue each other, what court you're suing each other in, like those types of things. It's just a promissory note showing how the note is actually going to be paid, when, how, and where. So again, personally guaranteeing it. We're giving them a promissory note. They don't get that with any other investment at all. We're going to take it a step further, and pillar number 3 is the additional insured pillar. You are adding them to the insurance certificate, them or their LLC that they're lending you the money from, whichever one. You're putting that on the insurance certificate. Your insurance agent or broker will easily add it. It's free. It doesn't cost you or anyone a dime. It just means if the house burns down, they technically have rights to the insurance funds just like you do, the reimbursement funds of the house getting burned down. So again, it's something that's rarely, if ever, going to be used, but it just gives them some more assurance by giving them insurance on the property as well. Again, we're stacking this. Personal guarantee, promissory note, on the insurance policy. We're giving them everything to prove to them that they're going to get their money back. On top of that, the last straw that usually gets the deal closed is number 4, and that is giving them rights on the deed as ownership in the property. Basically, they have foreclosable rights if you don't pay them, or you get hit by a bus, title and deed goes directly to them, which makes it a lot easier. They are the owner of the property. And this is something that you don't give the money back until they release. So again, they're a part owner of the property. They are on the deed as owner, and you get a document created by your title company or real estate lawyer that states, we will release you from this deed after you get paid. So we pay you only if you sign the release of deed, so they're no longer owners. Whether you're flipping it or keeping it as a rental, they're off it, they're done, but they got their money back. Again, this is the assurance that you're giving them to show that you really, truly do put your own butt on the line, understand the process, and give them the most secure, safe, double-digit return investment that they will ever make. Private money lenders unlock everything for you. They allow flexibility. They allow you to actually grow and do the deal properly. I've had so many times where I've had to shift up or switch things with private money lenders, and they're always so flexible, and you will not get that flexibility with any other type of lending source besides maybe your own cash. And if you have a ton of your own cash, shoot me a message on Instagram. Maybe I will use your money and you could be my private lender. If you want to learn more how to raise funds for private lenders, hard money lenders, or any other types of sourcing, there are 2 things you should do. Number 1, check the description of this video for access to my free online relaunch community hosted on Skool. It's absolutely free. It legitimately does not cost you $1. There are over 200 free videos. There's resources about funding on there that are free, resources about starting an LLC, resources about gap funding on there. There's resources about insurance. There's resources for everything you need, as well as hundreds of free videos, as well as a free community chat that I post once, twice daily, giving motivation and free advice. It's basically your curated real estate investing feed, so you don't have to always be scrolling through TikTok and Instagram and getting distracted with other things. If you actually want to invest in real estate and you're willing to pay the price of $0, go check that out. It's called Relaunch. It's on Skool. The second thing you should do is go to FasterFreedomCapital.com. It's my lending company. We have partnerships with a ton of different lenders around the country. So whether you're looking for a short-term $50,000 loan or a $600,000 loan on a single family rental or a short-term rental, or you're looking for a $5 million loan on an apartment complex, we can help you out there. And we even have connections with people that can help you access your retirement funds, your 401k, your IRA, your life insurance policy, or you can introduce them to your private money lenders or your future private money lenders, and they can show them how to access those funds. Regardless, FasterFreedom Capital or FasterFreedomCapital.com is the best place for you to go get funding outside of a private money lender. And most of my students look for private lenders and they use FasterFreedom Capital as well. So we got your bases covered no matter what you do. Check out that Skool community, check out FasterFreedomCapital.com. And if you like this kind of more just rant style video where I just go and talk, make sure to hit the like button and comment any questions you have about raising funds below. I will gladly personally answer them for you.